Alright, so it's October 1st, and you know what that means? Collection update. Okay, so first up, I'm going to show you this big girl here. And of course, this is my Globe Boa, and super friendly. She's definitely a gentle giant in the collection, and so I figured I'd show her first because typically I wait for last, but not today. You can see she's got some pretty good size to her, and a favorite on the channel. So that is the Globe Boa, and let's put her away and we'll move on to the next reptile. Okay, so up next we have here is my pine snake. This big guy is is a male, and you can see his coloration there, and if we listen we can kind of hear him grump at me, but nothing to worry about. It's just the way he is. He's still pretty friendly, pretty gentle, and he also is one of the big snakes in the collection. So that is him. That is a northern pine snake. Coming on around. So let's put him away and let's move on to the next reptile. Alright, so up next is the two ball pythons that I have in my collection. One is this female albino, and then this is the other, which is a male citrus pastel low expression calico 100% het for clown. So he's got a lot going on with him, and I don't know if you can kind of see his little low expression calico markings, but nonetheless a very beautiful animal, and with any luck we may be able to breed these two here relatively soon. But and of course here is the albino girl, and I've had her for a good number of years, probably 10 plus years now in October, so she's been around for quite some time. So that is the ball pythons I have. So let's go ahead and put these guys back and move on to the next reptile. Okay, so the next reptiles in the collection are the corn snakes here. These are the larger ones I have in the collection. We'll start with my daughter's pet snake here, which is a buck-skinned Okatee male corn snake. And then these two here are my pair, and they are one is a hypo striped, and then the other one is a hypo lavender stripe. So hopefully next spring we will get some babies from this pairing, and because the male here, he is actually 66 possible het, so we're going to test that out and see whether or not he is. But yeah, so that's the larger corn snakes we have. We do have some babies, and they will be coming up. Okay, so up next are the milk snakes that I have in my collection, and right here I am holding the pair of Scaleless milk snakes, and then my daughter is holding the albino Nelson's milk snake, which is kind of interesting because normal Nelsons look like Scaleless, so you can kind of get an idea of what an albino Scaleless would look like by looking at that guy there. So, and as you can see, these guys are quite active and you know, always on the move. So definitely a beautiful snake. I've said it time and time again, you know, that I love the red coloration on these guys, and you know, just a beautiful snake all in all. And of course I love his colorations with the contrast of red to yellow, which really makes him stand out as well. So definitely some beautiful snakes here, and I just can't wait to see a whole clutch of these guys hatching next spring. So that is the milk snakes, and let's move on to the next reptile. Alright, so the next reptile here is this snake here, which is a fan favorite on the channel, and of course that is the Scaleless Texas rat snake. And you know, if you've never held or touched a scaleless snake, it's something totally different. And to be completely honest, at the beginning I really wasn't a big fan of this particular morph, you know, just because I just thought, you know, without those scales that somehow we were going to be doing an injustice to these snakes. But to be completely honest, now that I have one, and I purchased it for an educational animal, and but now that I have it and I see the way it moves and behaves and everything, I have, you know, completely changed my opinion on these guys. And you know, they're just as good as any other snake out there, and you know, because they do everything the exact same. It's doesn't really seem to be a hindrance that they are lacking their scales, but she does have her belly scale, so that's a good thing, especially for crawling around. But so that's the Scaleless Texas rat snake, and she's getting some size to her. So be hopefully looking for some babies in the near future from this girl. So that is going to be it for this snake. Let's move on to the next reptile. Okay, so this little fella here is, as of right now, the only king snake that I have in my collection, but that will change. But as you can see, this is a California king snake. It's a abbreviated pattern, I believe is what they call it. And this guy here is 100% het for the lavender albino, so I am going to look for a lavender albino female in the near future to be able to pair up with this guy once he gets old enough. So definitely a fun little snake to have, and yeah, and he's really starting to get some size to him as well. So we'll put this guy back, and then we'll go and get the last reptile. Alright, so the last reptile that I'm going to be able to show you today is this little fella here. And of course this is my little jungle carpet python, and I'm really digging the way his colors are starting to come in, the yellows to the blacks. And I don't know if it picks it up on the camera very well, but he almost looks like he should be feel super soft, like velvet or something. And of course the iridescence that comes off this guy is just really amazing. I'm really pleased with this guy and the direction that, you know, his color, the vividness of his colors and the contrast between the two colors. And as you see, he's actually starting to really calm down. Of course, if you've watched past videos, you know that sometimes he is a bit camera shy and he just likes to try to kill everything. But as you can see, we're just work with him slowly, and you know, we just gotta slowly build his trust. And you know, and this is the results right here. We're starting to get a young snake that we can handle pretty easily. So, which I'm pleased with, because these guys do get a little bit some size to them. So, but so that is it. That is all the reptiles I have currently. You made it this far. I want to just thank you for watching, and if you're not a subscriber yet, please hit the subscribe button, and until next time, later.
Shut up and sit down.